Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is RUSYDINA NABILAH binti Rosdi. My metric number is D201920905887. I have chosen Hartalega Holdings Berhad for my individual assignment for case study 1. First is company background. Hartalega Holdings Berhad is a Malaysian company that specializes in the manufacturing of gloves. The company was founded in 1988 and is headquartered in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Hartalega is one of the largest glove manufacturers in the world with a production capacity of 46 billion gloves per year. We produce a wide range of gloves including nitrile, latex and vinyl gloves which are used in various industries such as healthcare, food handling and clean room environment. Hartalega's products are distributed globally, with its main markets being the United States, Europe and Asia. The company has implemented several sustainability initiatives and is focused on reducing its carbon footprint and waste. They also engage in corporate social responsibility projects, including providing aid to communities affected by natural disaster and supporting education and healthcare programs. First part is ethical issue. The first issue that Hartalega Holdings Berhad has faced since the pandemic started is employee welfare and safety. Ensuring the safety and well-being of employees has been a major ethical concern for Hartalega during the pandemic. As an essential business, the company had to balance the need to maintain operation with the need to protect employees from the risk of COVID-19 transmission. The second issue is supply chain. The pandemic has disrupted global supply chain, leading to shortage of raw materials and delays in production. As a result, Hartalega has had to balance the need to maintain production with the need to ensure ethical sourcing practices and prevent price gouging. The third issue is price gouging. The high demand for personal protective equipment, which is PPE, during the pandemic led to price gouging by some suppliers. Hartalega has had to ensure that its pricing practices are ethical and that its products are affordable and accessible to customers. The last issue is environmental impact. Hartalega is a major producer to disposable gloves, which can have a significant environmental impact due to the amount of waste generated. The company has had to balance the need to meet demand for its product with the need to reduce its environmental impact and implement sustainable business practices. Next is the implication on financial aspect of the ethical issue faced by Hartalega Holdings Berhad during the COVID-19 pandemic. First, for the employee welfare and safety, the implication for this issue on the financial aspect include the cost of providing personal protective equipment, implementing safety protocols, and potential labor shortage due to employees feeling ill. The second one is for the supply chain issue. The financial implication of this issue includes potential disruption to production and delay in fulfilling orders, which could lead to lost revenue. The third one is price gouging. The financial implication of this issue include potential damage to the company's reputation and loss of customer trust, as well as potential legal penalties for engaging in unethical pricing practice. And the last one is for environmental impact. The financial implication of this issue include potential costs associated with implementing sustainable business practice and potential lost revenue if customers shift to more environmentally friendly product. Next are the implications on non-financial aspect of the ethical issue faced by Hartalega Holdings Berhad during the COVID-19 pandemic. The first one is for employee welfare and safety. On the non-financial side, the company's reputation and employee morale may suffer if workers feel that their safety is not being adequately prioritized. Next is for supply chain issue. From a non-financial perspective, the company's reputation could suffer if it is unable to deliver products on time or if they are concerned about the ethical sourcing of raw materials. For the price gouging, from a non-financial perspective, customers may feel the company is taking advantage of the pandemic to increase profit rather than prioritizing the needs of the community. And the last one is for environmental impact. From a non-financial perspective, the company's reputation could suffer if it is perceived as contributing to environmental problems. After the pandemic, for employee welfare and safety issue, ensuring employee safety will remain an ongoing concern for Hartalega as it strives to maintain a safe and healthy work environment. The second issue is supply chain. For the after pandemic, supply chain issues are likely to remain a challenge as the global economy recovers and demand for product increases. The third one is price gouging. After the pandemic, the company may need to continue to demonstrate its commitment to fair pricing and ethical business practice. And the last one is environmental impact. After the pandemic, sustainability and environmental impact are likely to remain important concern for Hartalega as it seeks to balance business needs with the responsibility to the planet. These are some evidence for Hartalega Holdings Berhad ethical issue. Is business strategies. Business strategies that Hartalega Holding Berhad has taken to overcome the ethical issue for employee welfare and safety. Hartalega has implemented several measures to ensure employee safety during the pandemic, including providing personal protective equipment, implementing social distancing measures, and conducting regular health checks. The company also has launched a vaccination program to ensure that employees are protected against COVID-19. This measure help to protect employee health and well-being and also ensure that the company can continue to operate without significant disruption. For supply chain issue, Hartalega has implemented several measures to manage supply chain risk to reduce, including diversifying suppliers and investing in automation technology to reduce reliance on labor. The company has also implemented the sustainable sourcing policy to ensure that raw materials are ethically sourced and that suppliers adhere to ethical standards. This measure help to mitigate the risk of supply chain disruption and ensure that the company can continue to fulfill customers' orders. The third issue is price gouging. Hartalega has implemented a fair pricing policy to ensure that the customers are not charged exorbitant prices for products during the pandemic. The company has also donated products to support frontliner workers and vulnerable communities, demonstrating its commitment to social responsibility. This measure helped to maintain customer trust and ensure that the company's reputation is not damaged by accusation of price gouging. For the last issue, which is environmental impact, Hartalega has implemented several measures to reduce its environmental impact, including investing in renewable energy sources, reducing waste, and implementing sustainable production practices. The company has also implemented sustainability reporting framework to monitor its environmental performance and ensure that it meets its sustainability targets. This measure helps to ensure that the company is operating in an environmentally responsible manner, reducing the risk of reputational damage and regulatory penalties. The last point is recommendation. Here are some additional recommendations for Hartalega Holdings Berhad to improve their approach for ethical issues. The last point, the first one is to increase their transparency. Hartalega could improve their transparency by regularly reporting on their progress towards achieving their ethical goals, such as reducing carbon emission or improving labor practices. This will increase accountability and trust with stakeholders, including investors and customers. The second recommendation is to strengthen supplier management. To further mitigate supply chain risks and ensure ethical standards are met, Hartalega could implement a supplier code of conduct regular audits, and provide training to suppliers on their ethical expectations. The third one is enhance social responsibility program. To better support the communities where they operate, Hartalega could expand their social responsibility programs, including partnership with local organizations and initiatives that address pressing social issues such as poverty and inequality. And for the last recommendation is invest in renewable energy. To reduce their carbon footprint and operate sustainability, Hartalega could invest in renewable energy sources such as solar, wind power for their manufacturing facilities. This will help to mitigate long-term energy costs.